They thought they were stopping a suspect, but they had just handcuffed one of the most powerful women in the U.S. military. What happened next shocked the nation and permanently changed the careers of everyone involved. On an ordinary afternoon, a black female, U.S. Army general stepped out of her vehicle outside a government facility. She was dressed casually off-duty and heading to a private meeting. Within moments, local police officers approached her, questioning whether she belonged in the area. Despite calmly identifying herself and explaining her purpose, the officers dismissed her words. The situation escalated quickly. Ignoring her military identification and repeated requests to contact her superiors, the officers placed the general in handcuffs. Witnesses watched in disbelief as a woman who had dedicated decades to serving her country was treated like a criminal. She remained composed, but one sentence would change everything. She asked for one phone call. Instead of calling a lawyer or family member, the general contacted the Pentagon. Within minutes, the tone of the encounter shifted. Senior military officials were alerted, and federal authorities became involved. The officers suddenly realized they had made a catastrophic mistake. This was not a misunderstanding anymore, and it was a serious violation involving a high-ranking military leader and clear racial bias. The general was immediately released, but the damage was already done. An internal investigation was launched. Body camera footage went viral, sparking national outrage. Civil rights groups demanded accountability, and the public questioned how often similar incidents happened to people without power or influence. The consequences were swift and severe. The officers involved were placed on administrative leave, then later terminated. Their department faced lawsuits, policy reviews, and federal scrutiny. What started as a routine stop became a career-ending decision fueled by assumptions instead of facts. The general, however, chose a different path. Instead of focusing on revenge, she spoke publicly about systemic bias, respect, and accountability. Her calm strength turned the incident into a powerful lesson on dignity and leadership. She reminded the nation that authority does not come from a uniform alone, it comes from integrity. This story is not just about a wrongful arrest. It's about how fast power shifts when truth enters the room. It's about how one phone call exposed deep flaws in policing. And most importantly, it's about a woman who turned humiliation into history. Because that day, the handcuffs didn't limit her. They exposed them. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because you never know whose life can change in a single moment.